This story out of New York is absolutely crazy. Can we talk about it? So apparently, this woman, Adela Lano, found herself in a tricky situation when she tried to go to her parents' house that had recently died and tried to sell a property and get it ready to sell, only to find out that there was a bunch of squatters living there. And not only was the squatters living in the house, they were subleasing the house, her parents' house, to other squatters, which is crazy. They had some sort of squatters' right pyramid scheme. If you don't know what squatters' rights is, it basically means that anybody that's living in your house more than 30 days are entitled to certain rights. Even if they're not paying bills or anything, you can't kick them out. You cannot evict them without a court order. You have to take them to court. And I know it sounds absolutely crazy, but if you live in a major city or anywhere in the United States, it's a big problem. People could just go live in your property without you having to say anything. And she found herself in this situation. So she went and bought a news crew and a locksmith to change the locks, and police came to arrest her for living in her own house. How do you get arrested for trying to take back control of your house? And for property owners, it's a dangerous thing. And it's the main reason I don't want to go into real estate, because you have to deal with tenants, you have to deal with them damaging your property, you have to deal with squatters doing a squatter pyramid scheme to other squatters for your apartment or your house. And that's the crazy part, that even though these people renting it out had good intentions, it's not their property. She's the landlord, and y'all's going through some fake broker and some fake thing. These rent scams and all these other stuff is getting out of hand. Scamming people out of place to live is absolutely crazy. And this woman trying to take her house back is just another sign that shows how New York is falling down. Now, I mean, squatter rights is not a new thing, but to arrest this woman for changing the locks on a $1 million house because clearly it's a bunch of other squatters living in there is wild. But again, after post-COVID, a lot of properties, if you don't know, COVID rules still apply. You cannot kick nobody out of their apartment. You're going to need 60 to 70, 90 days, a long time. Sometimes up to a year, 2 years, just to kick a person out of your house. They cannot pay rent for 2 years and stuff like that. But again, this story is absolutely crazy because it goes, what's the point of even having property and all this stuff in America if you can't defend your property, you can't change your locks? How you can't even change your locks on a $1 million home? She's trying to sell her home that she probably grew up in, her childhood home, get it ready. And there's a bunch of people living in there. People that she didn't authorize to live there. The last people that was living there, to her knowledge, was her deceased parents. So it's absolutely crazy what's going on. Squatter rights is absolutely, people go on apps just to see vacant houses and they move in. They got they got portable generators and a bunch of other stuff. Heating plates. Again, they don't need gas and electric. They'll move into your crib with some heating plates and a couple bottled waters, and they'll be living up in there, living a vida loca. They got PSPs, and they'll be in there playing games and doing stuff and all types of stuff. But again, the situation is crazy because she bought a whole news crew and a bunch of other stuff to try to get these people out, but she couldn't, because if you know squatter rights, and they have rights in New York and other places. But again, it's just a travesty that they locked this woman up. You trying to grieve and sell your parents' house for $1 million, get some much needed money and probably some closure. Who knows the sentimental value that house had? Again, she's trying to get her house back. Even if she's trying to live in it herself, that's none of nobody's business. If I want to change the locks on my house, I'm gonna change the locks. And if she got something that she want to do, she could have did. But this just goes to show the society we in right now. People could dead move into your property and just live there, like just dead live there. And then the guy was on camera saying you don't live here, and then they'll close the doors, they'll close the blinds, and they'll just stay in your house until you forcibly try to get them out. And if you try to get them out, you the bad guy. So now she's the bad guy for trying to just take control of her house, just change the locks. She couldn't even change the locks and got arrested for that, which is absolutely crazy. And then the police know that there's squatters in there. So it's one thing if it's a property owner just changing the locks while there's people inside the dwelling. That's illegal. You can't do that. But if people not paying the rent and they're not even on a lease or any kind with you, like, I'm gonna change the locks. Like, I don't care. Lock me up. Take me to jail. What movie is that from? I forgot. I gotta Google that, see what movie that's from. If you know, remember what movie that's from, hit me up. Put that in the comment section. Lock me up. Take me to jail. Throw away the key. But listen, this lady got to fight for your property. If you can't even defend your property against people that can move in, what is the America we live in anymore? What's the point of having property? What's the point of being a landlord if people could just live there indefinitely? It makes it seem not as glamorous as it used to be, because people are taking advantage of other people, and that's just culture in the world we live in today. That people just move in your deceased parents' home, your parents' body's not even in the grave yet, and people just moving in because they know it's vacant, and they seen it on Truella or Zillow or one of these apps. Yeah, they going on Zillow and Truella to see that they got vacant houses, and these people are moving in. And I just think it's unfortunate. And I hope the situation rectifies itself, but it's probably not. It's probably gonna take her 2 years to get these people out. Can we talk about it?